Hey everyone, I have a Nissan Altima. It's a 2010. I bought this car for Uber, and I kind of like it, except it did give me a few problems. So let me give you a background of what happened. So basically, I was driving the car. I bought it used, and I was driving the car 80 miles an hour on a what's it called, the cruise control, and all of a sudden it started acting up. It wouldn't go that far, and I would say the RPM just go up down, like it's trying to catch up with the speed that I left it on. And so I took the first I took it off the cruise control, took the first exit, got out to see what's going on. And this is, by the way, this is a video to tell you why you should not change your transmission as soon as you see you have a problem with it, because it may not be what you think. So basically, I got down and I saw the engine oil is low, and it shouldn't be. So I never drove the car 80 miles an hour before. I always did. I go always low RPM with any car that I have, and so I did my 60 usually, sometimes 70, but this was the first time I went on cruise control for 80 miles an hour. And so it did have a little bit of leak on the valve, on the engine, and so it was losing oil. And now I'm looking at the dipstick, and it has only a little bit of drop at the bottom. I thank God that I put in the synthetic oil. I always put synthetic oil in my cars, and so it kept it from like dying, because the engine was very hot, and I did smell something burning as well. I didn't know what it is exactly, and so I came, put it aside, waited for a tow truck, went home when it was cold. Got to be very careful. You cannot put the oil in when it's hot, because it was overly hot. Even though when you were looking at the temperature, it was showing kind of normal here. For some reason, I guess it didn't have much oil in it, and it wouldn't show on the temperature sensor for some reason. But I could hear the engine is kind of making these cracking noises, and it was a lot of heat coming out. So towed the car home, waited the next day until it's cold, put some oil in it, and it's fine. Then I started seeing problems with the transmission. It would it would go up, but the speed wouldn't really go up. And then when I take let's say I'm going down a bridge, take my foot off this of the accelerator, so this would slowly come down, but this would come down and then go up again, trying to compensate for some reason, even though I'm not giving gas and I'm going down the hill. So it's giving me grief, and start driving with it, and it would just go high RPM, and the speed wouldn't go up. As a matter of fact, when I put the car on park or neutral, would give gas, you can rev this up pretty much to 4,000. But when I put in the transmission, like put it in gear, it would not allow me. Even though I pushed the gas pedal all the way, it would not go up much, and it would go up to pretty much 3,000 or so, but it would not increase my speed at all. So I thought, I searched it out online. I thought the transmission is gone, because apparently these cars have bad transmission, so everybody tells you, pretty much your transmission is gone. And I was thinking of just changing it. As a matter of fact, I went to the dealership a few weeks before that. It had only 101,000 miles on it, and I changed transmission filters and fluid. By the way, I would not buy anything aftermarket. Just go to the dealer itself. Based on your VIN number, they give you the right oil, the right filter. This car has two filters, one on the bottom like every other car with the transmission, and one on the side. It's a cartridge kind of thing, and it's a pain in the butt to take that out, but you could do that. So anyways, cost me $350 a few weeks before all of this happened. I'm like, oh my God, I just paid all of this money, my transmission is gone. But the transmission fluid was clear, just because I just changed it. It did not smell like burning. So I took it to a mechanic shop. The mechanic shop put the scanner on, and it gave a code for a bad speed sensor. guess what? That's what was wrong. So do not get rid of your car. I was going to sell it and as is and get a new one. Do not do that. Do not change your transmission. You probably go to a transmission place. They're gonna say because it was slipping pretty much, like it wouldn't really change gear right. They would probably gonna tell you need to change your transmission. I did not have to change my transmission. It cost me literally let me see, literally about $800 something, and I'm gonna give you the breakdown why actually 600. 800 is because I also changed the catalytic converter. So here's the breakdown. Speed sensor with tax 245.74. Then we had the valve, which is the third one, the valve gasket, which is second one. So the valve cover, I had to change it, so I didn't want to lose oil anymore. 114.88 and 78.79 for the gasket. Catalytic converter, 114.88. He pretty much charged me $200 for the catalytic converter, including the labor, and then $300 for the speed sensor, the valve, and stuff like that. He did it really cheaply. So without the catalytic converter, which by the way, these cars, they do need to have catalytic converters to go bad. Without the catalytic converter, it would have been $625, but it cost me $200 extra for the catalytic converter. So with $625, I saved my car. I did not have to buy a new transmission. And so yeah, put the scanner on. If it tells you the speed sensor is bad, that's what you need to do. If it's if your fluid is smelling like it's burnt, then maybe your transmission is bad. So my transmission is good. I just tried it. It's actually going well. I'm gonna test drive just so that you just see how it works like. Okay, we're driving in Destrehan, Louisiana, near New Orleans, and I want to show you how I'm gonna drive the car. I usually drive low RPM, so I'm coming to a full stop. All right, so the way I drive, I let it go down. Look at that. It went down again. It kicked in the second or third gear, and I just go slowly with the car so it wouldn't use too much gas, and I don't have to do anything with the transmission. I don't want to change it, so I'm going to be really easy. I just leave it here. It's really good on gas. These cars are so much better because CVT is really good on gas. The newer Altimas, they actually have the regular transmission, but they are 8-speed. This one is 6-speed. When I had the new one doing the same job I'm doing now, I spent more money on gas, but now I'm doing less. All right, see, it's just going up, and I barely push the gas pedal. Now, you want to see how it works on pushing gas. I'm halfway, I'm pushing down the gas pedal. You do not even feel so much of a change of gear because of CVT transmission. Alright, I went down again. I'm holding it here. Barely any gas at all. It's going 40 miles an hour. I hit the pedal halfway only. I could full if I want. It's almost full, but there is really no reason to abuse. Everything works. Before I could not do that. It would not go over 3,000. If I was going up a bridge or something, it would not allow me to. I had to constantly change the gears manually, which means I had to put it right here and go manually in order to lock it because it would just slip on me. And now I don't have to do this anymore. I'm so happy. This is working really well. I hate that tire sensor. Those are annoyance, but hey. I did not have any check engine light. Matter of fact, I don't know if this car has a check engine light. When I turn it on, I don't see any check engine lights on this car. But yeah, the scanner showed that it was a speed sensor problem and a catalytic converter problem, of course, which now both of them have been taken care of. So instead of spending like $800,000 on transmission, whatever, on which this car is no longer worth doing that. You know, you're just gonna have to change $200 sensor plus labor, which was like almost about $200 for that alone, and it took care of it. If you have any oil leaks, oh, that's another thing. If you have a transmission fluid leak, it would give you the same kind of you know, problems, like it would seems to be slipping. So just go under, see if you're dripping any fluid. Take care of it that way. Just fill it up. It should be good. If you have any oil leak in the engine, take care of it, because it's going to cause a lot more problem. And unfortunately, it did not make my engine go away. It's actually doing well. The engine is doing well. Thank God for synthetic oil. But yeah, got to be very careful with these things. It just started doing that when I was going high RPM. I guess not really high, like between 2,000 and 3,000. I usually keep it down. So anyways, here's the lesson we learn out of it. Yes, everybody says on the internet your transmission is bad. These cars always go down, and you know, you have to change your transmission. But you know, sometimes it's not that. It's something else. There is you know, a good mechanic would know the difference, but also an honest mechanic would not tell you have to spend a lot of money to change your transmission. And so, yeah, I hope you have an honest mechanic somewhere. I hope this was helpful to you. Yep, take care of yourself. Bye, guys.